Hi, friends. I'm Phoebe.
I'm Keiara.
This is the I Don't Want to Make This Too Long podcast.
The podcast for girlies that like to gossip via 20-minute voice messages to their besties. Cheers, bitch.
Well, hello. How are you doing? Oh no. Don't die.
It's a little peppery.
It's a little gingery.
It's a little ginger.
Oh no, don't die.
Huh?
Well, how are you doing? How are we doing?
How are we?
Let's do a little check-in.
Let's have a mental check-in.
Let's have an update from our manifestation happy hour. Let's do that. How is our manifestations going?
I have to laugh because I have to laugh because if you guys knew what the listen, I'm not gonna divulge our personal traumas and personal goings-ons, but it's just funny that, like, for the first time, well, not for the first time, but for not very often, am I the one that's like, we just gotta be positive.
Oh, I know.
But, like, for the first time, she was so ready to give up, like, almost immediately, like, listen, you are talking to people whose, like, things are always going wrong in our lives for us all the time. Like, something is always holding us back in some way, shape, or form.
Something is always trying to keep a good bitch down.
Yeah.
And I was definitely not in my bag.
She was immediately like, I've already fucked up and me for the first time, because I'm usually like that also.
You're usually like January 2nd, like, well, guess next year's my year.
Yeah, I'm usually like, fuck this shit. But
fuck this shit. I'm out.
But for the first time, I was like, no, like we're used to this. Like, we're used to things kind of going wrong. But like, I think this is the first time we have to actually, like, remember that we said publicly that we were going to change ourselves and our lives.
Yes.
We put it out there.
Yeah.
We didn't say it to each other or just to each other.
We have an audience. All 10 of you guys heard us.
All 5.5 of you.
All 13 people heard us.
Say that we were gonna try, like, actually make attempts to like, elevate ourselves.
Yeah.
But not just like our minds, but like how we look.
Our lives.
Like, how we look, how we feel, like what we're gonna do, like we're gonna action plan, whatever.
Yeah.
Our futures, because we've been through enough. And, this podcast, we're getting there. Like, we're doing it. We're doing
our best.
We're doing it for, like, the 5-10 people that listen. And we're grateful for you. But with that being said, like, things have been really difficult. Exceedingly difficult lately.
Yeah.
But we're here. We're here. We did it. We could have very easily been like, fuck this, we're not recording.
I very much did not want to record today, but I knew that besides the promise that we've made to each other, the promise we've made to you guys, and the, manifestation that we're continuously putting out into the world, that we're continuously working on, because manifestation isn't a one-time thing. You got to keep working at it. Despite all of my setbacks and despite how I look today for the video watchers, I'm continuing to have faith and hope and know, I trust that by this time next year, we are going to be those girls, which I feel like also the subject matter of today's episode was really like the final flame under my ass to, like, get me to be like, you know what? No. We're going to do it. Yeah. Because despite how I'm looking, we are talking about girls with passion for fashion.
Yes.
And we're talking about bitches that, I mean, for all intents and purposes, they are the blueprint. Like, they're who we want to be. Mm-hmm. And so despite how I'm looking, we're cozy because we're talking about something we know more than anything.
Our favorite thing to talk about. And for the record, you look great.
Thanks.
You have the skin for a comfy look.
My skin is glowing, and also shout out Polite Society for my Christmas sweater. Santa knows when you're being a bitch. You guys can go get one.
It's cute. Wish I can get it. but you look very cute.
Thanks.
And those are, I think we should just appreciate the fact that you're not wearing any makeup, and those are still your real eyebrows. And
yeah, these are my real eyebrows.
Not everyone can say. I certainly can't say that. I have my work makeup on today. I took off my work clothes and put on like my sweater.
But the makeup is makeuping.
I had to do something today because I had to be presentable. But trust and believe, if I didn't, and this was like a school day, I'd be looking rough.
Face card.
Declined.
All cash, no credit.
Oh.
Oh. You know what? Hey, let's
listen. Who said that?
We'll workshop that. Oh my God. Who said that? So today, if you haven't already guessed by the title and by what we're alluding to, we are talking about Bratz, Barbies, everything in between. Yeah. We're talking about dolls.
We're talking about dolls, baby dolls.
Yes.
And we're excited because one thing about us, we were playing with dolls up until subconsciously we thought it was no longer socially acceptable at our ages.
And you know what? Maybe in some ways it wasn't, because we were both like 13.
No, that's like when we stopped.
Yeah.
We stopped we were like pushing like into well before then, because like around that time, like we had stopped by then.
Yeah,
like,
I think I was like 12.
Yeah, and like I wasn't as close in proximity anymore, so it's like we didn't really have that much opportunity to even like play as often, and we just started like slowly like kind of side-eyeing each other like are we still gonna pull out the dolls? It's like, I guess not. Like, I guess we got to talk about boys and shit now. I guess we got to talk about grown-up things.
Which is funny because, like, I mean, this is a side note, but I honestly don't remember what, you know what? No, it just popped into my head because I was going to say, I was like, what did we fill our time with once we stopped playing dolls? Because you and I, yes, you know, we were hormonal teenage girls, but we were not by any definition boy crazy. No. Our conversations did not revolve around boys or whatever. And I was like, well, what did we replace dolls with? Twilight and reading. That's what we replaced our time with very
books.
Quickly. Very quickly.
Books and like art. I feel like we were still like in the creative phases of our lives, but we were very much into like, also I think that was the time when we started writing.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we were like writing our stories and like
there was a lot of overlap in interests, I guess, before we
were
put to bed the dolls.
Yeah, we were kind of exploring our other interests, more so reading and writing, which is funny. Like that literally is what we were doing. Like more, and also like I'm sure for you too, like more video games. Like you were still playing Sims still, I think at that time. We were very much into playing Sims.
Oh yeah, the Sims were everything. I mean, we're gonna get into it, but I guess me more in particular, because I had the games with me, but I definitely filled my time playing with dolls to playing the video games that the dolls were in. So before we get ahead of ourselves, I guess we should talk about just what dolls we had, what dolls we were into.
Yeah.
And were we Bratz girls or were we Barbie girls?
I know for me, before I got my first Bratz doll, I feel like my mom tried to get me a Barbie, or she did get me a Barbie, and I just wasn't into it. Because it was just one singular Barbie. She didn't really come with much.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, like whatever. I'm pretty sure this is before I moved to Yale too. So this was pre us meeting. And I had a Barbie and I was like, okay, this is lame. And then I think like around that transitional time, Bratz came out and I got Sasha, and it was my first Bratz doll. And I was like, ooh, like she's different. Like look at her clothes. I was so transfixed. I think it was one of the originals. Yeah, because they only have
I know
at the
exactly
time.
what Sasha you're talking about.
Yup. I had that one. Rest in peace. I have no idea what happened to her. But she was my first doll. And then I don't recall which ones came out after that.
I mean, it was so quick in succession after that. I don't remember.
I didn't have many, toys were kind of a luxury, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
But I didn't have many. I know I had like one of the, I think, original Yasmin dolls as well at some point.
Mm-hmm.
The Safari dolls.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I remember. And you had the Jeep.
Yeah.
You had the Jeep.
That was like a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
That was a Christmas gift like no other.
Mm-hmm.
We were riding.
We literally were riding. We were riding for Bratz, literally.
Yeah, those are the main ones. I think I had like one of the sleepover dolls. Oh, one of the first ones that I got also was the prom Yasmin doll. And my biggest
the prom dolls.
And like, okay, like the way I even got that doll is such a sweet story. I was out shopping with my granny Karen and my grandma Jones, and we were shopping for toys, and my grandma Jones told me, she was like, oh, it was right when like the prom dolls had just come out, and I saw all of them, and she was like, oh, like I'm getting a doll for one of my friends, but I don't know which one she would like which one do you think she would like, which one would you get if you were going to get one for her? And I was like, oh, well, like I really like this one. I think she'll like this one. It was the Yasmin one. And that was the one that she got me. And then when I opened it, she was like, the friend was you. And I was like, the friend was me.
Stop.
And honestly, as cute as that was, my biggest regret later on, I was like, if I had known it was going to be for me, which obviously there was no way I would have known that.
Right.
But if I had known it was for me, I would have picked the Dana one because Dana's dress was cuter than Yasmin.
I think I had the Dana.
You did.
Okay.
You did.
Yeah.
And it was hers was like the
top
crop
and the skirt
and the skirt and her makeup. I think they had the sparkly lips, right?
Yes, and I think it was like a purpley kind of pink.
Yeah,
look.
it was like a pink, like champagne, like sparkly lip.
Yeah.
It was beautiful, and I was like, I would have picked that one because, like, no offense, Yasmin's my girl, but her dress was like whatever.
Yeah,
but Dana's
was really pretty.
2-piece look was.
I think that Dana. I mean, I'll get into it, but like, I think that Dana was one of the firsts I had also. Like, well, for me, growing up, Barbies were definitely a part of my life, but not necessarily as toys. Like, my mom and my grandma collected Barbies, but they collected like, the holiday Barbies or like, the collectible ones.
Yeah.
And I know I had Barbies and I had, some random, mix match toys or whatever. Yeah. But my first Bratz doll was the Yasmin of the same collection. You had the Sasha, I had the Yasmin. That was my first ever doll. And I loved Yasmin, but she by no means, even from the jump, was my favorite. I was like, I like her, her clothes are cute, whatever. Very quickly, I became a Jade girl.
Yes.
And I think the second doll I got was the Jade from that collection with like the big blue skirt and the tall blue boots. It was so cute. Then
my bad, y'all. I dropped my phone trying to be extra. Took my shoe off and I dropped my phone. I'm sorry.
You know what? Look, you're just trying to be comfy.
I'm sorry.
So after that, it's really hard to remember the order, but I know for sure, same, I had the Dana. Obviously, we just got done talking about it. The Dana prom doll. I'm an only child, so luckily enough, my parents had a little bit of extra money to get me more dolls than normal, which I'm very grateful for. But I think my story too, per your story about getting the Yasmin prom one, was that so they announced the first ever twin dolls, Roxy and Phoebe. And I was so excited because they spelled Phoebe like my name, which I'm sorry, is the right way to spell it.
I feel like that's the only way to spell it. I've never seen it spelled any other way unless someone is accidentally spelling it wrong.
Right.
I've never seen it spelled any other way.
A lot of people actually spell it Pheobe because the O is silent no matter what. So I think a lot of people kind of just like hide the O in there. But the right way to spell it is Phoebe.
It don't even look right.
It doesn't look right. It doesn't.
At all.
So they spelled it right and I was really excited and I wanted the twin dolls so bad. And Christmas came and I got like, a couple I got like maybe 2 or 3 Bratz and like a couple other things. Super happy about it. But I also was like, damn, I really wanted those twins. Whatever, it's fine. So then later on, we went to my dad's house, which was really random because we never went there ever. And my grandma, they had separated but by long before that point. But my grandma had sent my gifts to his house. And I opened it. And the last present I opened during the whole day from all my family was the twins. And I was like, I was like, yes. So
go back inside, motherfucker.
Go back inside. So it's hard to remember, especially after the twins, because the collections came out so quick, fast, and in a hurry. But those were my first ones that I can definitely remember.
Yeah. I don't.
Oh my God.
Yeah, right. Like, you just get all jittery just thinking about it. I mean, I don't know. Like although Barbies have been, a staple for ages, I feel like they were more so. Don't come for me, y'all, but I feel like Barbies were more so for the generations before us when we were kids. Yeah. Like once Bratz came out, like
it was game over.
It was game over for Barbie for like our generation because like Bratz were just cooler.
They were.
Like they had cooler outfits, their makeup, and I think because they had bigger heads, you can see that like their makeup was more detailed.
Yes.
So it was like exciting to see the makeup. Like Barbie's faces are so small that like the makeup is kind of like whatever. You don't even really notice it. But with Bratz, like their makeup was done. Like they are the originators of the IG baddie makeup.
Yeah,
like
the cut crease,
the big overlined lips. Like
Kylie Jenner, Bratz walked so Kylie Jenner could run.
Period.
It's funny too, because even to your point about the makeup, like Barbie's heads are significantly smaller.
Yeah.
I mean, Barbie by no means is like humanly proportionate, but she's more proportionate, I guess, than Bratz are. But her head is so small that even their hairstyles, you cannot be getting the half up triple, ponytail with the tuft hair,
the twisty
bangs.
Bun,
like you can't be getting all that on a Barbie.
Yeah.
So the hair was also giving.
The hair was giving. The accessories were giving. The shoes,
the posters, and the star brushes that would come with
everything. The marketing, everything. Oh my God.
The nicknames and the way that they were advertised as teenage best friends. Like this was. Yeah. In my mind anyways, because at this point, obviously, there's Barbie, there's like her little friends, like, there's a couple Barbie friends, there's Ken, but they're never advertised as like friends or like a group.
As like a group.
It's like, there's the black Barbie and the guy Barbie.
That like nobody really advertised for. No. Like this was the first time that you see like advertisement for like a group of girls that all looked different.
Yeah.
That were all very obviously different ethnicities.
Yeah.
And they were all best friends and it wasn't any weirdness. Like everybody got their time to shine. Like everyone had their own individual. Exactly.
And that's what they said.
I was trying to say individuality and
no, but individual, okay. It's true.
Individual personality. Yeah, they all had their own, personality, their own everything, like their own flavor, and all of their style were different. Do you know how like impressive it was for that time for like not only for all of them to have like their own personalities, but all of their outfit styles and like aesthetics were all very much their own, which is amazing.
It's interesting too, because I think for me, going into I guess our next point, which is not necessarily our next point, but our overarching idea is Bratz versus Barbies. Mm-hmm. Which one do we vibe with? And I think that's why I immediately gravitated towards Bratz once they were coming out and there was all these different collections coming out, because like I just said, when there was Barbies, it was like, oh well, there's a black Barbie, what's her name? Like there's no like inclusivity, there's no community. It's just like Barbie and then like a black Barbie, and then with
it's like variations of Barbie. Like there is no individual. It's not, honestly, does the black Barbie even have a name, or is her name just Barbie and she's just black?
I think she does, but they don't do a good enough job to advertise it for me.
I don't remember. I don't know.
But because for me, this is like, backstory for me, and then also ties into an earlier episode we've talked about. But from a very early age, I loved fashion and I wanted to be a fashion designer. I fucked with the Barbie fashion show game heavy. Oh, yes. So when the Bratz came out, it was almost like each collection or each like range, I guess, like the Pretty and Punk Bratz or the Rock Angelz Bratz, whatever it was, they all had their own unique style. But as a collection, you could see it was like a fashion show collection.
Yeah.
And that was so appealing for me, where obviously as a kid, you want it all. You want every one.
Yeah.
But it just was so like, I don't know, it like scratched a part of my brain where I was like, oh, well, Jade looks like Jade, but she looks like a punk Jade. And Sasha still looks like Sasha, but she looks like a punk version of Sasha. Like it very much was so cool to see these dolls have personalities that extended. It was like a big story with all of the different collections in it. Like Chloe was Chloe. No matter what collection she's in, that's Chloe.
Yeah.
And same thing with Jade. And then sometimes if there was like Roxy or Felicia or whatever the other like quote unquote side characters, they all had unique facets, which was really cool for someone like me that wanted to be like a fashion designer, to be like, damn, like I'm gonna take points from here.
Yeah. And I mean, being kids and having that inspiration of like these dolls, similarly to Barbie, were like getting into different shit. Like when the movies came out, like the animated movies, like when we were in the era of like Bratz Rock Angelz and like all of that, and like they became rock stars and everything like that, and like they started doing like their CDs and like the music, like oh my god, like Barbie wasn't fucking with Bratz music. Whoever is writing and producing the music for Bratz, you need.
We said what we said.
You
lives were changed and people died.
People died and lives were changed.
People died.
It was a major. It was incredible. Like the music was like
so good.
It was so good, and I think with all the different variations of like the Bratz collections that came out, it was exciting because for us it was like, oh, our imaginations are unlimited in the same way that these dolls are unlimited. Like these dolls prove that like we can do anything. Like we can, like, no matter what color you were, you could do, like there was no levels. Like all the Bratz were on the same level doing the same shit.
Yeah.
And there was never a moment of like, oh, I wouldn't want to be that doll, or because they were all cool.
Yeah,
like,
they're all cool.
They were all fashionable. Like all of them look bomb. Like there was no, there was one for every girl.
And it's interesting too, because like I know Barbie kind of the brand pictures Barbie that way, where it's like, well, Barbie can be anything. Barbie can be an astronaut. Barbie can be a doctor, blah, blah, blah. That's well and great. And I absolutely love that. And even from a young age, I clocked that about Barbie. However, I think there was such a big gap between like, well, we're little girls and yes, we can be astronauts and we can be these things, but like we can also be rock stars. Yeah. Or in my case, we can be magazine editors, because when the Bratz Rock Angelz movie came out, something unlocked in my brain and I was like, I want to be working at a magazine. That's what I want.
Yeah.
And it clicked something too for us, because we were so already getting into like Green Day, My Chemical Romance. So to see our dolls become rock stars was like, wait, what the fuck? What?
Yeah, it was
iconic. Oh. You had to be there.
You had to be there.
If I had a time machine, I would go back in time to that moment and be like, what? What the fuck?
And I mean, this is a complete side note, but I can't believe I didn't even think to bring this up. But this was also, mind you, this was also, I'm dropping everything.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry.
I
dropped something else. I'm sorry, everybody. I'm dropping things. I almost forgot. This is when we were also playing with the MyScene dolls, which to me were like Barbie, if Barbie was actually cool. Like
MyScene was Barbie's retaliation to Bratz. They made MyScene because they were like, damn, these big head bitches are like stealing our money. We're going to make MyScene dolls. And we also gave them our money too.
Because we did. The MyScene dolls were beautiful. They were, and they okay, so their style was a little more mild, but
yeah,
they were still so. They were so everything.
Cute.
They were so cute, and like they had like their own movie too, and it was so funny.
Their movies are actually really cute.
They are. They're so good.
They're really cute.
Like I wish MyScene had like taken off more. But then it's like Bratz were already at the top by then for me. So like
Bratz were already that girl.
Yeah, but like they did have their moment in the sun because
I loved that all our names were correlated to different areas in New York. Madison,
I didn't.
Chelsea.
I didn't put that together.
Hudson.
Damn.
Yeah, they were all names from New York City.
Damn, that's crazy.
You're like, damn, I totally knew that. Like, for real, real.
Yeah,
that shit's crazy.
Nobody else clocked that. That was so obvious.
Damn, you guys are like stupid for real. So before we divulge into other dolls, because there's a couple more doll brands I guess I would love to talk about, but
really?
Yeah, like, I mean, I think we need to give like a shout out, but that's for later.
Oh yeah, because I was also planning to bring up. Yup.
So before we get into all that, of all the Bratz collections, from the very beginning to the reboots to even just like the video game exclusive, what is your favorite Bratz like collection or line? They always kind of mix match those words, but what is your favorite, do you think? Or maybe like top 3.
Okay.
Top 3 I think is easier.
That's a little more generous. Thank you. I'm like, oh, that's hard because I don't even remember them all, to be honest. Okay, top 3. Okay.
And it doesn't have to be like in a particular order. It could just be like your 3 favorite.
Yeah. My number 1 one of my choices for top 3. I never got to have any of them, but I was obsessed. When I say obsessed with the princess collection, like the Bratz,
punk princess ones.
Is that what it was called?
No, but it's like the punk princess ones.
It was like the princess ones, the one where they had like the cute stripper shoes and the crown, the tiaras.
I had the twins.
I know.
I had the twins. And, that was a good one. Mm-hmm.
That was I was like, get off my neck. I need these outfits, the shoes. Yeah. I wanted Chloe and Roxy so bad.
I don't remember those exact outfits, but yes, like the little tank top, tutu skirt.
That had like the little crown or like princess something on it. And then like the denim jeans that with like, it was like rolled up at the bottom. It was like satin, like colored, and then like the stripper heels.
So Ashley Simpson, Lindsay Lohan core.
For me,
so good.
It was more for me like the Bubble Pop Electric Gwen Stefani era for like.
Yes,
that's what it was. How could you have forgotten the most iconic pop
Bubble
album?
Pop Electric, you're gonna get it.
Sing me driving movie. Like take it to the backseat, run it like a truck.
We had no business listening to that.
I mean.
But it really made us who we are today.
What you waiting? What you waiting? What you waiting? What you waiting? What you waiting for?
Oh, okay. Give them vocals. Give them.
Had to do it to him one time.
Hold
a little Mariah Carey in this bit.
It is giving Bubble Pop Electric. You are correct.
Yes, that is it. The whole
How could I have forgotten?
Outfit. All their outfits. Yeah. So that's one of my favorites.
Okay, that's a good one.
And then I want to say my other. Rock Angelz, of course.
It's a good one. It's a classic.
It was come on. Or maybe I feel like actually I take it back. Rock Angelz is more of an honorable mention. It's like Twilight when we're talking about vampire. Like it's like obviously
it goes without saying lives were changed.
Duh. Like the video game, the movie, the music.
Oh, that video game!
Listen. Don't get us started on the video game because
we're gonna get into it
because
I have something to say.
All she plays is she's played it so many times that when I come over to play, I'm like, what do I do? I'm like,
it is my comfort game.
I'm like, I don't know where I'm going. She's like, yeah, I'll go this way. I'm like, okay. There's literally a map in the game. I don't use the map. I just turn to you. I'm like, whoa, where am I going?
The 3 Bratz video games, Rock Angelz, Diamonds, and the movie are they're my comfort games. I play them probably once every couple months. It's just, I can veg out and not think and just play them, and it's really fun. But anyways, continue. What is your second favorite?
I was just thinking, I was like, do we count the twins as collections? Or are they just like, they're just dolls, right?
They're just dolls. Well, they were never dolls until recently. They never made a Tweevils doll until recently.
Oh no, I meant like just the twins in general. Like they had like the different sets of twins.
Oh, duh. Sorry, I was talking about the Tweevils.
No, but them
the twins, too. Yes.
Okay, favorite collection. So I got the princesses. I really loved what was it? The French ones. The Ooh La Las.
Yeah.
I didn't have one of those, but I was obsessed with those because the outfits were banging. Everything was very good. And honestly, I can't really remember. There were so many, but I also really did like the oh God, what is it called? I don't remember what it was called, but it was like the it was like the really punk ones, like the
Pretty and Punk. Yeah.
Duh.
Oh yeah, Pretty and Punk. Fuck yeah.
Those were really cool. Like
I love those ones.
I feel like it was a big shift, like not shift, but it was like like yeah. So I gotta give it to the princess or punk, whatever the fuck it was called, the princess ones, the Ooh La La and the Pretty and Punk because they were iconic. What about you?
For me, definitely Ooh La La is in my top 3. I never had one, but to this day, those are some of my favorite ones.
Yeah.
Pretty and Punk is an honorable mention because I don't want to like waste one of my spots on one of those because it's a really good one.
Yeah.
I want to give a shout out to another one that I never had, the Tokyo Go-Go ones. The ones that they were in Tokyo, they had the coolest fucking outfits. It came with the revolving sushi bar set that you can buy. Like, I never had any of that shit, but they were iconic. I
forgot about that one.
They were iconic. And then I think the other one of my favorite ones, I mean, yes, Rock Angelz, honorable mention. Pretty and Punk, honorable mention.
Yeah.
The Treasures, the pirate ones, iconic. And then I think I wanted to give another honorable mention. I forget what the collection is called, but it's basically like Las Vegas themed. And I think that was one of the most like taboo ones. The one time my mom was like, I don't know about this.
Wait, what?
So there was a whole collection of dolls and they were very like Las Vegas themed. And it didn't say that, but I remember the logo being like the Welcome to Las Vegas sign. And I had the Chloe and she came with like the tiniest little black tube top, the tiniest little like white skirt or something like that, and knee-high snakeskin boots. And her hair was like, obviously the hair is all long, but it went down to like to her ankles. It was white blonde.
It's giving like it was Russian baddie.
Yes, it was giving very much like what you would call now like rockstar girlfriend core. And it was like
I remember those boots.
Right? And at the time
I remember this collection.
At the time it was so scandalous.
I wanted that Chloe doll too so bad. Now that you know what that might be, I might have to switch out my.
Let me do a little switcheroo.
I might have to switch. You know what? What did I say? Pretty and Punk can go because whatever that collection was, it's definitely no because
whatever that one was called. Yeah. She was serving. I
cannot believe I forgot about that because those boots.
It was everything. Honorable mention to the like Sweet Dreams one, like the sexy nighttime ones where they had like the little like silk dresses and the little like
the sleepover ones. Yeah.
Yes, but they did ones that were like cutesy sleepover and then they did ones that were like glam. They had like even like the more like oh no, are you okay?
This fucking drink.
They even had one that had more like narrow like bedroom eyes, dare I say.
Yeah.
Those ones were everything.
Those were so good. But do you see how we're able to sit here and just
There's
go
so
on
many.
and on about like they served in every collection. Barbie you went to space. Oh,
no.
How cool.
Hold on. Honorable mention to my favorite Barbie that I ever had growing up.
Okay.
It was Teresa. That's the one name I can remember. She was like, I'm sorry to say, she was like the ambiguous Barbie where like you couldn't really tell what ethnicity she was.
Oh.
So there was a collection called, what was it? Jam and Glam Barbie or something like that. I had the Teresa and they were like pop stars. So this was like peak Britney Spears era. She had silver shiny pants, a little like faux fur little jacket and like a little top.
Ooh.
She had pink hair and bangs. The gag is her scalp twisted, and it would twist to where the hair, when you twisted it, would fall. So you could twist her scalp and she'd have pink hair, and you twist her scalp and she had brown hair. And then the last little gaggy part of this is her belly. So from right below her boobs to her hips were not plastic. They were rubber. And you can move her body to dance basically like Britney Spears. Shout out Teresa Jam and Glam Barbie. Shout her out.
I remember that rubber stomach very vividly.
And it just got dirty and dirt stuck to it, and it was never the same color as the rest. It just
ew.
Love her though. Love you, homegirl.
Not the twisted scalp. Jesus, that's dark.
Love you, homegirl.
Love you, homegirl. Ow. I just poked a pimple.
Oh, great. I'm wonderful.
I'm just having a time right now.
Hey.
Wow. I don't think I ever had any other Barbies, to be honest. Once I feel like it was too late. Once I hit the Bratz wave, I was like, meh.
Yeah, I think that Jam and Glam Barbie was the last one I ever got before Bratz.
You know what? I'm lying.
Oh, a liar.
I am a liar.
You're a liar.
I didn't have Barbies, but I had a Barbie adjacent dolls. I had a Raven Simone doll, which I guess is like, I don't know if it was part of Barbie or Barbie was like, here's like, I don't remember.
I think it was part of Barbie.
I had Barbie doll. I had the MyScene Lindsay Lohan doll, which I still have to this day, sitting on my shelf.
I'm so jealous.
She's sitting there. I lost her director's chair because she had like one of those actor chairs. I lost that naturally. I'm surprised I was even able to maintain having the doll. But I still have my Lindsay Lohan doll in perfect condition. She's sitting on my shelf like this.
She's serving.
And she has her coat, her dress, and her shoes. She's still good. The accessories I can't account for.
But she is there intact.
She's there. She's seen me through some shit. Lindsay Lohan has been with me the whole time. I have my Lindsay Lohan doll. I'm so disgustingly sad to say I have no idea what happened to my Raven doll. And I had the Hilary Duff doll.
You did have the Hilary Duff doll.
I had Hilary Duff, I had Lindsay Lohan, and I had Raven. So the Barbie or MyScene adjacent dolls, I had those were my prides and joy. I don't know what happened to Hilary Duff, and I don't know what happened to Raven.
How dare you lose Hilary Duff?
Honestly, yeah, shame on me because for losing Raven too, because Raven's outfit was top tier, and it looked so much. I mean, the accuracy for the Raven doll was really impressive.
Yeah,
the Hilary Duff doll, like you knew it was her, but also you're like.
Yeah.
And the Lindsay doll, like, it does look like her, but also, like, it doesn't.
It doesn't. It just looks like a redhead MyScene doll. But the minute you say, like, oh, it's Lindsay Lohan, you're like, that's cute. Okay, I can see it. Yeah.
But yeah, I had those three. Those were my only, like, Barbie dolls. And I love them. Lindsay is going to be with me and bury me with my Lindsay Lohan doll. I'm not even joking.
And I will.
If you don't, I'm suing from beyond the grave.
And I will.
And I will sue.
So we've made it very clear that we are Team Bratz, and we do, we put some respect on Barbie's name.
Yeah.
But we are very much in the Bratz camp. So we've kind of hinted to the video games, to the movies, but if we are talking about the Barbie movies, not the new one, the animated ones from when we were children, if we're talking about those, let's lump in MyScene movies and then the Bratz movies. I mean, who's the clear winner here? I mean, like...
Don't... Listen, the Barbie movies, some of them, like, the Barbie, the one with the two girls singing, I don't know.
Oh, Princess and the Pauper?
Is that what
I've never seen it, but that was, like, the really famous one.
Yeah, like, that one, it seemed like it was really good. It's had its iconic, like, viral moment. Obviously, Nutcracker, like that was
that's
like
the only one I've ever seen. I love that one.
Yeah,
my grandma bought that for me.
Yeah, like that one seemed like a really good one.
It was good.
Yeah, it was cute. It was cute.
Shout out Grammy. Thanks,
love
Grammy. Love you, homegirl.
Yeah, that.
I mean, rest in peace to a real one, but yeah. Thanks.
But those. seemed like they were really good. The Bratz movies, I feel like were starting off really strong until we got into the fairy nonsense.
That's when I checked out. Yeah,
the dolls, horrible. The
horrible,
movie,
scary, traumatizing.
Scary, not good. I don't know who we passed the totem pole to, but we need to give it back because that was not good. Those dolls were horrifying. The movies were weird, not great.
Big weird,
not a fan. But I feel like that was like where we kind of lost the plot a little bit.
But those first few Bratz movies were just lives were changed.
The original one, the cartoon one where they were going to prom.
Yes.
The one where they're in school, or maybe that was Genie Magic, wasn't it? When they were in school, like they were in high school and they had their school uniform, their school outfit.
There was a whole show, so it might have been that too.
Okay, maybe that's what I'm thinking of.
Hello, I totally forgot about the show until you said that. There was a fucking show that the first time I turned on my TV, because we didn't have fucking cable. We had basic TV channels, whatever, and I saw the Bratz theme song. I was like, what is this? There was a show.
Damn.
I mean,
yeah.
I'd only seen Nutcracker, but those Bratz movies, the first ones, up until the Pixies one,
they were just
lives were changed.
Good. And then the year was, I don't know what was the year. The year was 2007. And
people died.
People died. Lives were changed. Limbs were lost. They announced the live action Bratz movie. And we were shitting ourselves because what?
I finished my wine, but if I didn't, I would pour one out for a real one because it was like losing a family member. We were so excited. We were so fucking excited.
We saw the movie at least 5 times.
Oh yeah, we did. We were sometimes the only kids the only people in the theater.
We went to the theater at least 5 times to see it because listen, we're going to get into it, but for the time, it was the most iconic. Everybody was like, wait, a live action Bratz movie, that's a big deal.
It's true.
It was a big deal.
We were gooped and gagged.
We were gooped and gagged because the casting, some of these girls, I'm like, I've never heard of you before. The only person that I knew of at the time, actually none of them, I hadn't learned of, I didn't know any of them actually. Now
I didn't know any of them.
I think later on, or like around that same time, I started seeing Logan Browning and like other things. So I was like, oh, okay, I know who that is. And then Janelle Parrish, of course, was in Pretty Little Liars.
Yeah. See,
So,
I've never seen any of them in anything else except for Janelle Parrish.
Yeah, like Logan Browning was like, she was doing her thing. And like all the Black family shows. Like,
hell yeah, good for her.
So she was like in, I think Tyler Perry's like Meet the Browns or something. One of those shows. She was doing things. Like she was in other stuff too, but you know, she was doing a lot of different things. And then of course, you know, Janelle was doing her thing. And then, yeah, the girl, Skylar Shea, who played Chloe.
Don't know what happened to her.
Disappeared. The girl that played Yasmin.
Don't know.
Disappeared. Don't know where she went.
Yeah. I mean, that movie was so good when it came out, but then I feel like it very quickly became clear how, like you said, we lost the plot. And I think it's even more stark in like, you know, you can tell, especially with the most recent Barbie movie that came out, the live action Barbie movie that changed lives, and it's fucking awesome. It's so good. It's everything I wanted from a Barbie movie. But like, I would love to see, especially with all the, you know, revitalized interest in Bratz and like Bratz revamping their whole brand. Like, I would love to see a live action Bratz movie be given justice and be given the same like nuance and care and like emotion that you can tell got put into the Barbie movie.
Yeah, I feel like we definitely, the Bratz movie, looking back, was done kind of prematurely because when you go back and watch the movie, like while the outfits were good, like I love that they gave each of them like interests that you wouldn't guess. Like Chloe, I mean, the only obvious one was Jade. Jade being like the fashion designer, fashionista.
But they also made her a science nerd, which I felt like was weird.
Yeah.
Like, unsuspected.
Yeah, like they made her like really smart.
Yeah. What? I feel like that's like unexpected, I guess.
Well, no, I mean, like, speaking in cliche terms.
Yeah.
Like her parents were like very Asian.
That's true.
Her parents were like, you need to go get into the science club or whatever. Like they made, it just was very cliche that like, she's like a science, I don't know.
That's true, I guess, yeah.
It felt a little like really?
Yeah.
But aside from that, they did like, she was like the fashion girly. That was like on par. But then they gave everybody else like Chloe getting into soccer was unexpected. And Yasmin being like really into singing was really not random, but
yeah, because like
always painted her as like this animal lover, you know, like
right.
she's obsessed with animals and like she's very environmentally conscious and things like that. And Chloe has always been painted as like a drama queen and, you know, just very out there. So the fact that they completely 180'd their characters, like Chloe's character was poor.
Yeah, and she was really into soccer.
And she was like quiet. Like her character was very quiet. And Chloe has never been that. Chloe has always been painted as like this. That's why Sasha calls her the drama queen. Like she's very dramatic and very like over the top fashion. Like just that's Chloe. And they didn't do that in the movie.
Yeah.
Which is fine, but it was just interesting the route that they went. And it was just very like the storyline was very childlike.
And it's nonsensical. And it almost feels more like a Disney Channel original movie than a movie.
Yes.
And I think, you know, it's interesting now to think and try to like conceptualize what a Bratz live action movie would look like without honestly copying what Barbie did, because Bratz had such a negative perception and such a negative, like, you know, people just like our parents, I guess, especially thought that Bratz were so like slutty and like bad influences on children and like all these other things, and that they like made people feel insecure about themselves, all these stupid things, just like people thought about Barbie. And it's like, I can't help but visualize what a live action Bratz movie would look like without copying that, because it would be so interesting to see these girls that, you know, kind of look like bobbleheads that have like, you know, these big eyes and these big lips and like really serve a look. It'd be so interesting to see these girls that are so over the top but so confident in themselves, just like Barbie, like navigate the world. I just think that they need their flowers, they need their time, they need their moment in the sun. And I don't know what would be like the best way to depict that, but they just need the love and care that Barbie got.
Yeah. And I mean, the only thing I can think of, but it's not serious, it's very not silly, but it wouldn't be like as heartfelt. I'll leave that up to if anyone, like if the creators of Bratz do decide like, yeah, we want a do-over, get your own idea. Mine isn't that great. But in my mind, the only thing I can think of is like a live action, but for grown-ups.
Yes.
But in like a, not raunchy, but like in my mind, picture this. The Bratz movie, except real world scenarios. Chloe, she's a stripper. Not because she has to be, but because she likes doing it. Because Chloe's a drama queen and she loves attention and she's very like just anxious about everything. But because she's like such an out there person, she likes to be in the club. She likes to be a go-go dancer. She's a dancer. You know, she's doing her stripper thing. And then I think Jade, she owns a magazine.
Okay.
And like she's very much like CEO. Like I think it would be really funny like to have her like a scene of her in her office and she like throws a dart. You see her throwing darts at something in her office and it's a picture of Berdine.
Love.
Like I think that would be so funny. And
justice for Berdine. Okay. Berdine just wanted, she was set in her ways and she did not deserve to be bullied.
She was a bitch.
Damn.
She didn't have to treat Jade that way. Fuck you. Fuck you, Berdine.
Damn.
You're an old bitch.
Damn.
You're a bitter old bitch. Yeah. I said what I said.
Damn.
And you bullied those girls. The Tweevils. Do I care for the Tweevils? No. But she was mean to them.
Damn.
And for what?
True.
Yeah. Well. But yes, Miss Berdine. And then for Jade, not for Jade, for what's the other one? For Sasha, I don't know. Like, it's like what?
Record producer.
Yeah, like she's doing something in music. She's like you know how like BET had like, you know, kind of like how MTV and BET had like their like 2-person host thing where they would like interview people and then show music videos and shit like that. Like maybe she's doing something like that because she's got that personality to be a host. So maybe she's like a music host. Like she kind of gives off the latest music news. Maybe she's immersed in her own drama with like, you know, within the music industry. Like she's doing all of that.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have Yasmin. What is Yasmin doing? Maybe Yasmin had like a baby or something. Like Yasmin's pregnant or something. Mm-hmm. Something, I don't know. Like Yasmin's a hard one. Like, or no, Yasmin's like an extremist, like environmental, like
activist.
Yeah, like a PETA type of bitch.
Okay.
She went off the rails and it's like crazy.
Hell yeah.
Like I know you never watched this show, but my mom used to watch this show called Girlfriends.
Mm.
And so of course like I would watch it too. And so I imagine it like that, like Girlfriends, but if like for Bratz, like they're all like doing like their own careers, but like it's like real life, like grown up crazy shit. Like like the girls haven't spoken in years, but Yasmin calls Sasha because she's in jail.
Damn.
For like her activism, you know, like she got caught up and like she like tied herself to a tree and she got arrested or something, you know, like very real world. Like one of them's really crazy and the rest are like figuring out their lives and like they haven't spoken to Chloe and they find out Chloe's a stripper and she's like really rich and like she's like living large. I just think that would be so funny. I don't think it would be well received, but I think it would be funny for like us, for like the people that are grown-ups now that actually played with dolls when they were out. I think it'd be really funny to have a movie like that where it's just like, it's like, oh, these are the brats. Like, these are the girls.
Yeah.
But it's just like a funny comedy thing.
It'd be kind of great to see, honestly, like a Sex and the City treatment of brats.
Yes.
That's what,
something like that.
That's what it would be. Like, just like all of these girls that like, they kind of have their own lives, but they come together nearly every damn day for something. And they all have different distinct like points of view and they're all very successful in their own right. But then they're all struggling with like something, whether it's like love or a job or this or that or whatever. And it's like, I kind of would love to see that for the brats.
Just like
I'd
something, something real like that where it's like, it's funny, but it's very adult. And then you can bring in the background character, not the background characters, but like
the side characters, like
like
Cameron and Dylan.
Even like Katya.
Love Katya.
And like, of course, Dana, Phoebe, Roxy, like all of that. Like maybe bring in like a couple of the twins. Like
that'd be amazing.
Wouldn't that be funny? Like
I would love
just
that.
A real world thing. So not necessarily this heartfelt, like super in-depth thing, but just like something
real people. I want them like
people.
fleshed out just like they were in the animated show and movies.
Right. Their same nicknames, everything. Like make it obvious like this is who we're talking about.
Yeah.
But make it fun for the girls. I don't know. That's just my take.
If there is a screenwriter out there, you have permission to take our idea.
As long as you just, you know, credit us at the bottom.
Exactly.
You know, a little bit.
I mean,
yeah.
This was a roller coaster. I love talking about dolls. We can do it all damn day.
Yeah.
I'm so happy.
Did you guys play with dolls? Let us know.
Yeah.
If you played with any or if you had a special collection or if your parents were, or not your parents, but if you had like a relative or a friend who collected Barbies or something. I feel like I don't really hear too many people that collect Bratz. But
I do now that I have grown adult money. But
but like I feel like back then, like collecting Barbies was like a thing.
It was.
Like the adults were collecting Barbies, and I feel like now we have like younger people who are collecting Bratz and stuff.
Yeah, like the reissues.
Find them. I can't find Bratz anymore.
They're never at any of my Targets or anything like that. But yeah, definitely let us know and let us know what your favorite doll was. Honorable mention to Monster High and the Rainbow.
The Rainbow High dolls are everything to me. If you guys have not heard of Rainbow High, I'm sure you've seen, well, if you venture into the toy section of Target, maybe you've seen them. They're
everything.
They're like Bratz dolls, but like, dare I say cooler.
Damn.
Dare I say, because no,
have
you seen their boxes?
Their boxes are really cute.
Have you seen their outfits?
See, that's how I feel about Monster High dolls. I feel like they're even cooler than Bratz dolls because they're a little bit more like cartoony, but they are like, their outfits are just so like, they feed into whatever character they're supposed to be. And I love that.
Oh yeah. All the monsters are very like, it's incredible and it was fun. And then they like changed the way that they like made them and like it got weird.
It's not the same.
It's not the same. It looks really not great. But not the Monster High, the Rainbow High dolls, you can watch their show on Netflix or on YouTube. I got so inspired. I watch it with my niece. And it just me, I was like, I'm ready to start a fashion blog, a business. I'm ready to go back to, I'm ready to do everything. It made me feel how Bratz used to make us feel.
See, and Bratz still makes me feel that way. That's why I love to replay the games and watch the movies when we hang out and we have our little drinky drinks because it feels like to end this episode where it started, it feels almost like a moving, I guess, vision board. Like, that's me. This is my fashion inspo. I'm going to dress like that tomorrow.
Yeah.
I want that. So Bratz are more than a doll. They're a lifestyle. They are motivational.
Motivation, inspiration. It makes you feel like you can do anything. It was so important for every girl to feel seen.
Yes.
And I feel like Bratz really did that. Bratz was like the Rihanna of the toy world.
It's
like,
true.
Rihanna was like, I'm going to give you the range. And Bratz was like, I too am going to give you the range. And they did, because I feel like every girl our age at the time was able to find a doll that looked like them in some capacity. No matter what race or ethnicity you were, whatever you looked like, there was a doll for you with a style and like everything. And it was so fun and so cute. And the girls just aren't doing it well, except for Monster High and Rainbow High. Shout out to them.
True.
They're doing what needs to be done. But I want to be a Rainbow High doll so bad, bro. Like, their hair matches their outfit, matches their they have acrylic nails. Now, can Bratz say that? No.
Damn, that's kind of tea.
Have iPhones and acrylic. If you look at their nails, they're acrylics.
I mean, that's wonderful and amazing. But will they ever be the girls with a passion for fashion?
No.
But I think that's it for us, because we literally could talk about dolls forever.
Yeah,
but
and we don't want to bore you with more, but that was our take. I guess we say all that to say that we too are girls with a passion for fashion, and we always will be, because Bratz have how could we talk about Bratz and not mention that we wrote a letter to, you wrote a letter to MGA.
I wrote a very strongly worded letter to MGA about all the ideas I had for dolls. And they were really good ideas. And they were really good ideas. And they responded with a very bland, generic, thank you so much for your letter and your drawings. We loved looking at them. And another boring fucking paragraph about like, stay tuned for our new announcements, blah, blah, blah. So yes, I was very passionate about these dolls and I had good ideas and they did not take them seriously.
No, but you know what? I think later on, I think they might have, I don't want to say they copied you, but I find it funny that later on, they, like years later, maybe when they were like running out of ideas, suddenly we have Bratz sisters. We had the twins.
Yeah. But the sisters was a different idea.
Yeah. Bratz sisters. And then I don't remember if they did like parents or something.
I think they did, but I don't remember.
But those are both ideas that you mentioned.
And I did. And
then how funny that years later, not twins, but sisters. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, that was a little weird.
Running out of ideas, huh?
It was a little odd, but you know what? It's
Whatever.
Fine. But
yeah, we did that. That's how passionate we are about Bratz. We wrote a letter to them. Like, we have some ideas if you want to.
And they took them and it's fine. But you know
whatever.
What? How can they go to sleep at night knowing that they stole ideas from a 9-year-old girl? And that's fine. Whatever.
That's fine. We are grateful for what Bratz have done for us and what they continue to do for us. And also we are very happy for what the Barbie movie gave us. The Barbie movie was everything it needed to be, I think.
It's true, yeah. And I'm going to continue to pull myself out of this stumble on my manifestation journey. And I'm going to I'm going to treat Bratz like my North Star to get me out of this hellhole I have found myself in. And I'm going to continue to use them as my vision board and manifestation guide for what I'm going to be from tomorrow, basically, moving forward.
Yeah. And like I've told you, like things are going to happen still.
Yeah.
We can't let that stop us. Things are happening right now. Like we're struggling, but we have not lost sight of the vision.
It's very true.
So
and I thank Bratz for that. And we too are going to be girls with a passion for fashion. We are girls with a passion for fashion. We have been. And we have.
We have.
But thanks guys for listening and watching. Let us know your favorite Bratz dolls or Barbies. And we're going to continue to give you great episodes for the rest of the year and next year. But at least for the rest of the year, you just know you have good ideas.
Yeah,
just know you have good episodes coming.
Yeah. And have a happy Thanksgiving if that's your jam. I hope you eat really good food and have a good time. Get drunk and cuss out your family members. Yes. They deserve it.
Yes. Don't talk about politics.
Or do. And
let us know how that goes.
Yeah, let us know. But anyways, have a good day.
Yeah,
Love you.
Love you. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks.
Cool.
Okay. Whatever.
Bye.